All right, what is going on, people? Thank you for coming back and checking out my channel. This is going to be recent additions to the Elvis collection number 15. This is going to be one of the biggest I've done yet. I'm really excited about this. Some stuff in here I thought I'd never own. Been out of my price range a long time. But now I finally, buckled down. Found some good prices on some stuff. So let's get started with some the little stuff first. I found this at a garage sale, and I had read a good portion of this book, and then I got rid of it due to space. But Elvis and Me, so I got this to read the whole thing, and I found this for like $1, so pretty good. So Elvis and Me. And then this is the Elvis Presley album. And this kind of, I want to say this is probably 92 pages. It's got a lot of interesting stuff in here. A lot of nice pictures. I'll do an in-depth on this in the near future. But yeah, that's the Elvis Presley album. And it says on the back, take a trip back in time and discover the phenomenon that was Elvis Presley. In this unique scrapbook, Elvis's life and legend are fully chronicled through authentic newspaper clippings, beautiful full-color photos, memorabilia, and rare snapshots by fans. Turn the pages and relive each stage of Elvis's life, from his discovery by Sun Records' Sam Phillips to his untimely death at the age of 42. Authentic, original, and fascinating, Elvis Presley album commemorates the life and career of the 20th century's most popular entertainer. Yeah, I think I got this from my neighbor. And then we got this. So this is a Paul Dowling book called The Ultimate Album Cover Book. And man, this I'm over the moon about this. So much good information in here. And I found this for I think $9 on eBay. We will do a in-depth on this. No doubt about that. Too many good pictures. Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. But yeah. So that's Paul Dowling. There's the front. And there's the back. Man, very, very cool. Man. And then we got this. Elvis Aaron Presley. Revelations from the Memphis Mafia by Alana Nash with Billy Smith, Marty Lacker, and Lamar Fike. This behemoth is, man, looks like about 800 pages. And this is all, from what I understand, this is similar to like All the King's Men on video. Just more stories in here, and they probably get to go a little bit more in depth. Yeah, very cool. This is all text, so it looks like, almost no pictures at all. So if you like to read, there you go. Elvis Aaron Presley. Now this was a very, very cool find. This is called Elvis American Idol. And I love these compact little hardback books. They're really nice. And this essentially kind of does what the the Elvis Presley album does, just a lot more pages. So you have a lot of nice pictures, a lot of artifacts, a lot of newspaper clippings, like was in the Elvis Presley album. We'll definitely be doing a in-depth on this. Very exciting. But yeah, and I love that cover. Love it. And it says, Elvis Presley may not have been the first American Idol, but he is certainly the most famous, and at times he was the most notorious. Devoted Elvis fans will devour this book. Pop culture enthusiasts will love it. It's a fascinating, unique look at the lore and legend of the king of rock and roll, and you won't be able to put it down. And I believe this is like, 320 pages. Yeah, I also got this from my neighbor. Very, very cool. Then we have the Blu-ray of That's the Way It Is. And I used to have this, and I traded it for something with my neighbor. I got it back on eBay after finding a good deal. I think I paid $15 for this. And you get a nice booklet attached to it. Oh yeah, look at that. Man. That's the way it is. Most people think his best live year is 1970, and you really can't argue with that. I personally like the set lists of the later shows. I like the addition of American Trilogy and Proud Mary. Never been to Spain, but no denying the energy he had at this time. And that's that. So you get a Blu-ray of the special edition, and you get a DVD of the theatrical. But yeah, there's the front, and there's the back. Then we got a little sticker, remastered 2001 special edition on Blu-ray for the first time, 40-page book with a look at life backstage. Very cool. All right, now we're getting into like the stuff that I was really excited about. All right, so I got this from MRS. This is On Tour, California. Finally arrived after a long time. I don't know what happened. But yeah. And this is going over May of 1974. And then, like usual, you get how many pages? It's probably 34-page booklet. Yeah, look at that artwork, man. So cool. And then here's what the blue disc looks like. And then, come on, you can do it. There's what the tan disc looks like. So there is the track listing for CD 1. And then CD 2. Hopefully you can see that. And then CD 3. So very cool. 3 soundboards, that did the usual mono to stereo, so can't wait to hear how that sounds. Now, I had showed this before, but I didn't show it on a recent editions video, so I'm going to show it again now just because I love it so much. This is the Live in the 50s, the complete concert recordings. What a set this is. I mean, it's just, man, it's wonderful. Glorious, glorious 172 page book. Oh man, it's so cool. It's so informative about, because, you read a little bit here and there, at least I have, but I've never had, a book dedicated to the 50s tours. So yeah, Live in the 50s. All right, then we got Elvis on Television, 1956 to 1960. And there is disc 1, there is disc 2. Now, if you have a keen eye, you will see that these discs say Camden. So here's what I did, and I don't like doing this. I really don't like doing this. But, I had the little Camden set, and that had the remastered Frank Sinatra show. And since both sets had identical track listing, I just swapped the discs because I didn't want to keep both sets. I try not to have overlap, so I put those discs inside of here. That may make some of you cringe. I apologize, but I don't like doing it either. But since this came out before the Camden, I guess they hadn't discovered the acetate or reel of tape that was on. But yeah, that's what I did with this. And then you get a 100-page book, and just high quality. It's awesome. So Elvis on Television, 1956 to 1960. Oh man, this set had eluded me for a long time. This is Elvis, made in Germany, the complete private recordings. So while Elvis was in Germany, he kind of sat down with his buddies around a tape recorder and did apparently 3 discs worth of material. Now there is another set that goes over all this. It's under the Vic label. I believe that's called Are You Lonesome Tonight? But I think what MRS did, from what I can tell, they cut out like all the fat, like just left the meat. What I mean by that is they got Lamar acting stupid out of there. Pretty much they just left in the Elvis parts, which is all I care about. So 4 discs and a 152-page book. And disc 1 is called the, let's see here. Disc 1 is called the guitar reel. Disc 2 is the guitar reel. And disc 3 is the piano reel. And disc 4 is really interesting because, the Essential RCA Studio Masters 1957 and 1958, I mean, you wouldn't really think a whole lot about that. But All Shook Up with Studio Chat and Count In. That's incredible. White Christmas with Studio Chat and Count In. So just for those 2 count-ins alone, and the home recordings, this set is still essential. RCA and FTD has not done a set to compete with this, from my knowledge. So there's what discs 1 and 2 look like. And then discs 3 and 4 are right there. There you go. Then we got Back in Living Stereo, 6 CD. So this has a few things that I didn't have. So if we skip to disc 5, it's the 1960 home recordings. But track 16 is titled You're Driving Me Crazy. That is a 25-minute phone call with Anita Wood. And essentially, it's just a back and forth about, she's getting on to him about not calling her enough. He's telling her that she's naggy and that she's always on his ass about stuff. So it's an entertaining phone call to listen to. And then disc 6 is the 1966 home recordings. I think everything that is known. So they've done all that in one spot. And then disc 1 and 2 is the masters from 60 to 62. And then you get disc 3, disc 4. So you get 2 discs worth of outtakes. So, and it's all sprinkling. But yeah, and then you get a 100-page book inside. So that is everything that I have to show. So I want to thank you all for coming back and watching my channel, commenting and subscribing. I really appreciate it more than you know. And I can't wait to do some more videos. I have my first FTD book coming. So that'll be really exciting. But okay, thumbnail. Let's see if we... All right, there we go. All right, thank you all for watching. Have an awesome day, whatever day you wind up watching this. I really appreciate everybody who watches and comments and subscribes. I really appreciate it more than you know. Once again, thank you. Have a good one.